All right. Friday's action was pretty. I didn't do a video on Friday. I usually don't do videos on Fridays, but Friday's action pretty much is null and void. So we got a gap, and we go today. So again, we've talked about from last Tuesday. Basically, this candle was the decision. Basically, I saw it was a big type of see who was going to win between the Bulls and the Bears, and we see that the Bulls have won. Again, the news. Please don't fall for that Ukraine shit that this caused it. It doesn't matter, and I'll show you with some other indexes as well. The news is the news. We traded this, and again, once you get, we're looking for 2 to 1, 3 to 1. So the risk here is about $1.30, and right now, if you're still in those, you're at 330. So you're about 3 to 1, 2.5, 3 to 1. So I'll be peeling some of the position right now. Again, I don't roll my stops up hard anymore. I used to roll them up by each low of the tick, but then you have little things like this. Not saying this was little at all. It was pretty bloody at the time. But stuff like this will get you stopped out. I'm looking to try to make my target. And again, my target would be up here, this 99, 200 level. But again, my stops would be rolled up, and I might be trimming off some and waiting for the last little bit to come and take out those highs. The QQQ, it's funny because, again, all that Ukraine shit, right? Look at where it came. It came at a recent high, so it shook out all. To me, I just saw it like, wow, it's shaking out all the breakout traders, and then continues to the upside, which sucks. But again, it is what it is. So you have a break of this low, you have this lower high, and it just continued up. I mean, I don't even know if this one even tapped the low of the previous day. I mean, this low was 96.48. This low is 96.43, so it didn't even tap the previous low. So even if you trail it up really, really tight, it looks good. And again, I'm not looking to buy here. I'm looking to buy here. I'm not looking to get it because, again, all it takes is one candle to shake out a lot of people that are trading those breakouts. IWM, again, this one isn't as sexy looking as the other ones, quite honestly, because this one, again, would be, I mean, if you're swing trading it, you're able to hold through this, if you're able to hold through this, because it really hasn't given that much from this, the risk here was about $1.50, and it has only gone up about $1.50. So it's 1 to 1. Again, I want to see more. If I'm risking $100 or $1,000, I want to make more than $100 or $1,000. So you kind of want to look at it like that to say, okay, if you're risking 100, you want to make 250 to 300. And that's how you're gonna make a living. The diamond, again, gave that same type of deal where it was a very frightening day, and then it pretty much gapped up and went to the upside. So again, looking at this stuff, you could see that it just gave that low high, and it just continues to the upside. I mean, this is a big day at 175, coming up to the 50 moving average. But it's, again, the money, I think, if it was aggressive, was here, and you just look for another type of trade setup. If you're in this still, I would roll my stop up maybe to using some type of intraday number, because you can see pretty much after this open 15 minutes, it just grinded its way up. Okay, and you can see that pretty much on a lot of the things, because I'm looking at the stuff on the intraday aspect, and again, it's not giving that much. You got QQQ, excuse me, QQ, yep, same thing. Gave a little bit in the morning from the gap, and then just traded sideways. So this, again, is what I'm telling you, is where a lot of people lose their money because they are impatient. The market will provide you trade. The market will provide you opportunities to make money, not the other way around. You don't pull money out. The market presents you with something, and you take the opportunity to make money. You cannot trade something like this. And I'm not saying that you can't trade it, but it's just harder to trade something like this. And I'm going to keep, banging the table over and over again, because, again, I know that there's a lot of people that were, especially if you traded breakouts, you were getting raped, because you're getting hit this way. It comes up, rolls back. You're like, all right, maybe it's coming. It breaks out here, breaks out, rolls over. You think this is done because, this is like commission heaven for these. Think of Swim, Trade Station, IB, all these people make the most commission off of this stuff because people just can't effing wait. Apple, okay, continues to the upside. The buy was here. I stated it before. We talked about the buy here on my forecast, the buy here on the forecast, and also right here. Netflix is not a time for, I wouldn't be looking to get. I was looking at the 425 area to get in. I'm not getting long here just because of a potential breakout here. I mean, you have a nice continuation. I see that this thing, quite honestly, if it does what I think it's going to do, you're going to see 500 on this thing. Okay, because it's just continuing. This little pattern right here is a continuation to the upside, and what it did going in is what it's going to do come out. And I think we have a lot of that stuff going on right here, right now. You got Tesla, people looking to get in here, just because it broke here, you're looking to get in. I mean, all it takes is a little bit of action. You see the volume has been dying down. Okay, a little bit of sideways action. They break it down below here. I bet you there's some people stops here, or if the guys, I don't think they're that ballsy, quite honestly, probably put their stop here. Don't take nothing but 1 or 2 days to pull back and then shoot it up to the upside. You just gotta wait, just wait, because again, the buy was probably here, and it wasn't as sexy as people thought, but again, the buy is here. It rips up all the way up here. You're talking about $32. Risk was what? $8? That's at 4 to 1. That's the type of returns that really look good. Banking sector, still kind of I mean, I would wait for a different type of setup. This is not a trend to me. Goldman Sachs actually was probably a better buy around here. Again, I'm not trading. I don't trade breakouts. So again, it is what it is. You got Citi. Again, I gotta just look and see how this would have set up. But again, this is trading pretty sideways actually for a long time. So we'll see if this is a base to break, or kind of just want to know where you are within the trend. And this could just be a sloppy wave 4 setting up, and it actually looks kind of like that. So we'll kind of see what goes on with that banking sector. You had Guild. That one moved up pretty well. Again, people that trade the breakouts, yes, they'll pay you. But again, I'd rather just have a little bit less risk. And that's just the way that I trade. Okay, let's look at Biogen. Biogen was another one that, I mean, some people are looking to trade it tomorrow. I'm not trading this right on here, because if it pops up, all it takes is basically any tick over 350 gets a ton of orders in, when the orders should have been going down here. And don't worry about this damn gap. People see this gap and say, oh, it has to get filled, but when? I don't know. But between that time, I'll take a dip like this and I'll make $22 while you keep waiting for this damn gap to be filled. So again, don't try to call top or bottom, and don't let that one day. Trust me, the news is bullshit. Trust me, the markets did not move because of some Ukraine and stuff like that. It's all strategic, and you can kind of see how it's working from there. So again, it's good to know when you have surprise news. Sometimes you're just like, damn, I got caught, and that's a part of trading. But don't think that you want to know when the news is. Like if you look at economic calendars, you want to know when the news is to see how the market reacts. But don't worry about what the news is. You let the talking heads on CNBC talk about that bullshit while you try to make money. Take care.